The easiest way to get full SNAP payments to everybody who's eligible is for the Democrats to come in here and vote to reopen the government.
All right, House Speaker Mike Johnson there on concerns about SNAP benefits. This after the program ran out of funding Saturday amid the government shutdown. The Trump administration is now saying that it plans to send partial payments to Americans who are on food stamps this month, the second month of the government shutdown. The move comes after 2 federal judges had ordered the president to resume the program, something he said he did not have the legal authority to do. Let's go ahead and bring in constitutional law attorney and professor Jonathan Turley. He's also a Fox News contributor. So, Jonathan, this a piece of the puzzle in terms of jockeying back and forth between the Trump administration and the courts during the shutdown, but a key piece. You know, SNAP feeds approximately 42 million Americans in the country. This appears to be a concession on the part of the Trump administration. How would you categorize this latest play?
Jillian, I think that the Trump administration said all along that they were willing to extend SNAP, but they wanted to take the simplest approach, which is just to vote on a clean CR and open the government again. But without that, they would have to rely on emergency funds that are dedicated for other purposes. And their concern was that that could itself be challenged. In fact, when these 2 judges ruled this way, the administration said, basically, give us what's usually considered an advisory opinion. That is, just say, tell us where you think the legal funds can come from, and we'll use those funds. They said they weren't even going to appeal one of those judgments. So I think that SNAP is going to be funded, but only partially. The question is whether we can get this government open again, because you don't want to drain those funds, which are there for real emergencies that could pop up with little notice.
Those allocated emergency funds, as I understand it, were to fund things like hurricane response, natural disaster relief, saving lives impacted by those types of events. Where do you think they're going to get this money to partially fund SNAP from? And do you think if this government shutdown carries on, can this be replicated like next month, potentially?
Well, yeah, that's the problem, is you can't keep playing this hand. You're going to tap out those funds eventually, but then you're also going to leave the cupboard bare if you need to go there with a hurricane or a relief effort or some other emergency. You know, one of these judges is sort of fast on the trigger. She was stopped previously by the Court of Appeals because she ordered the funding of Planned Parenthood under a previous case. So there could be some tensions down the road as the administration begins to look at limitations even on using these emergency funds. The hope is that after tomorrow's election, there's going to be less political advantage to keeping the government shut down, and we might see it open up again this week. And if that's the case, then hopefully we can keep most of those emergency funds untapped and ready to be used as we go into hurricane season.
Right. Then these legal workarounds for so many issues become moot, essentially. Secretary Bessent yesterday was asked on another channel if he could potentially see SNAP benefits put forward by the administration by Wednesday, and he said yes. Essentially, that would solve this one issue for a subset of Americans on SNAP benefits. But Democrats could also reopen the government before Wednesday and solve the bigger problem for all Americans.
I think that's right. And look, we've seen shutdowns before. These things are politically driven. But when you start messing around with some of these accounts, then the recovery becomes more difficult. And if the Democrats are going to change their position after tomorrow's election, it'd be awfully good to get the word out because we're beginning to look into these areas where the government's feeding on itself. And that's going to cause damage down the road unless we can replace those funds.
That's true. It's a great point. We got to look at the shutdown, but we also got to look past the shutdown and what comes next for Americans impacted by all these cuts. Jonathan, thanks for taking time to react to the developing news with us.
How was your Halloween? It's been 3 days, and Democrats are still spooked. Nancy's got goosebumps.
He is the worst president for children. There he is walking, the worst president for anybody, any president in our history.
Just wait until she sees Vance's costume. Fat JD won the holiday.
Happy Halloween, kids. And remember, say thank you.
Much better than Adam Schiff. Much better than Adam Schiff. He was going to go as a pile of rubble and call himself the East Wing, but instead he dressed up as Indiana Jones. Does Schiff have a whip? None of my business. Every day of the year, including Halloween, Democrats look like a joke. Not my words. Here's Bill Maher.
Brand that exists as a mini boutique inside one Saks store. And I'm not making this up just because it's Halloween, but after Barney's closed for good in 2020, it became, yes, a spirit Halloween. I'm just saying, Democrats need to get their together because America needs two political parties, not one party and one Halloween store.
Barack stopped by the Spirit Halloween store and copped a new halo. The cross-legged Messiah just got resurrected. They threw him in a private jet and flew him from Honolulu all the way to the East Coast to bail out Abby and Mikey. Barack Hussein Obama doesn't dig the golden age.
Let's face it, our country and our politics are in a pretty dark place right now. It's hard to know where to start.
Good thing Michelle stayed home, because Barry got a little flirty.
I love you, but hold on. I heard you, girl. Just settle down. I'm here to talk to everybody, not just you. I mean, you look cute, but I am married. Michelle's fine, too.
Michelle's fine, too? Dude, you're in so much trouble. This might be the last we ever see of Barack Obama. But before Michelle crucifies him, he performed a few more miracles. He brought some old women back to life.
We need a medic here. They'll be coming. Give him or her a little space. Probably just a little dehydrated. Everybody bend your knees. Bend your knees. Yeah. You can't stand still and not have any water.
Over at MSNBC, they swooned too.
When they see Barack Obama, people remember a time in America where there was unity.
Unity? Race relations hit an all-time low when Barry ran the show. And there was class warfare galore. Remember Occupy Wall Street? And we were accused of waging a war on women. Why would we do that? While at the same time, there was a war on Christmas, which we won. You're welcome. Barack's still trying to divide. He's doubling down on DEI.
They never miss a chance to scapegoat minorities and DEI for every problem under the sun. You got a flat tire? DEI. Huh. Wife mad at you? DEI.
Just like Michelle, no one's listening to Barack. Jersey was like, who that?
Obama said you're sucking up to Trump.
Who said that?
President Obama. Is that
President who?
Yes, exactly. Are they?
Barack's been gone for too long. People forgot how to get that thrill up their leg. The last time he told the brothers to vote for Kamala, no one listened. The last time he told you to vote for Hillary, no one listened. He told Nancy not to crown Kamala, and she didn't listen. Barack's just bitter. He was the only president to play golf twice a week and not get any better.
I believe President Obama played a record amount of golf of any president. So, I'm not sure why he's out there throwing stones.
Barry's not giving up, though. He's casting around for new disciples. And there's one guy who's the apple of his eye. The New York Times reports that Obama cold called Mondani and whispered sweet nothings into his ear. He said Zohran's impressive to watch. Barack gave him his blessing, but still won't endorse him in public. Now that's courage. Good thing Obama didn't call Zohran on Halloween, because like the Saudis did to Biden, he would have been sent straight to voicemail.
In New York City, a brand new Atlas Intel poll. It's weird about Atlas because nobody really knows who they are. but the polling is extremely accurate. It shows Zoran, commie, Marxist Mamdani hemorrhaging support, now just up by less than 5 points. Mamdani spent the weekend campaigning at nightclubs across the city because apparently communism sounds a lot better after you've been drinking. Take a look.
Poppy Juice, how we doing? How we doing, Poppy Juice? So I want to know, are you ready to win this race? Are you ready to beat Andrew Cuomo? Are you ready to make history?
Everyone hangs out on a weekend of Poppy Juice campaigning. Anyway, Democrats have been searching for new life, new energy since Obama left office. Unfortunately, Mamdani comes with a lot of serious baggage. Obviously, first and foremost, his beliefs are beyond radical and insane. He wants to turn our country into the old Soviet Union. He talks about the elimination of private property, government controlling the means of production, higher taxes on white people. And in the past, he even called for the NYPD to be totally defunded, hates the police, and of course, he wants to send in the social workers. We have shown you over and over what he has posted. Second, Mamdani faces serious allegations about being anti-Semitic and anti-American, unwilling many times to condemn the call for global intifada against the Jews. It doesn't help that radical Islamist Linda Sarsour is now bragging about the important role she will play if Mamdani's elected. She told her followers she will, quote, hold Zoran accountable and tell him what to do when he is in office. As a quick reminder, Linda Sarsour was forced to resign as an organizer of the Women's March over bigoted anti-Semitic remarks like blaming the, quote, Jewish media for her terrible reputation. Needless to say, radicals like Sarsour, Mamdani are toxic outside of Brooklyn, Manhattan, and Queens, and even Barack Obama, he couldn't even bring himself to endorse New York City's Democratic nominee. Anyway, Chucky Schumer also refused to back Mamdani. Now, it is official. It appears Schumer's days as a senator are numbered. He is a leader in name only and hated by the base of his party. Take a look.
Now, Hakeem Jeffries, your leader, has, somewhat reluctantly, but has endorsed Zoran Mamdani. Chuck Schumer still has not. Why do you think Chuck Schumer has not endorsed Zoran Mamdani?
I really don't know. It makes no sense. We as Democrats have always believed that in an election, we support our party's nominee. Schumer has pressured other Democrats to do just that, and he should be following his own advice.
No matter how far radical left Schumer runs, he will never, ever outflank the actual communists that represent the base of his party. Not going to outflank the squad, AOC, Mamdani. They are the true leaders of this new radicalized Democratic Party. Now, if Mamdani wins tomorrow, he will be the true face of the new radicalized Democratic Party nationwide. But Hakeem Jeffries still doesn't see the writing on the wall, or probably more likely sees it and doesn't want to say the quiet part out loud. He's in denial. Take a look.
And then the mayor of the city in which you live, New York, you've already cast your ballot for mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani. Do you see Mamdani as the future of the Democratic Party?
No, I think the future of the Democratic Party is going to fall, as far as we're concerned, relative to the House Democratic Caucus and members who are doing a great work all across the country as it relates to our need to both take back control of the House, but in doing so, make sure that we're communicating to the American people like we understand you deserve better than the country that you have received.
Well, like Schumer, Hakeem is a leader in name only, and now the truth is it really doesn't matter what he believes. On a similar note, longtime political advisor Crazy Carville, our old friend James, he can discount his party's extremist base all he wants. It's not going to change a thing.